All right, so we are back. We are back. Instagram cut us off after an hour, but I am bringing back the Power of Us brand, Leslie and Suleiman Mayusi, so that we can finish up this conversation because it's been good. If you joined us for part one, part two is about to be even better. I don't know. I don't want to say gooder because that sounds so crazy, but part two. So we are getting ready for part two. So as soon as they join in, we are going to pick up where we left off. But make sure you order a copy of their book, Power of Us Brand, from www.powerofusbrand.com. Make sure you follow them on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook. Make sure you like, you subscribe, you comment. Also, make sure that you are following the Jean Ellen Collection so that you can stay connected to everything that I have going on this season and many, many more to come. So, as soon as we're able to get Power of Us brand back, and we are going to pick up on the next half of half of this. Well, welcome back. Instagram's being a hater because you only get an hour.
I didn't know that. You know what I'm saying? So
you only get an hour.
We should have planned out better, but
we've been rocking and rolling this whole hour. So now we're going to get into the Zone Group.
Okay.
And so tell us about the Zone Group. For those that are outside of Detroit, I know Detroiters know in surrounding areas, but for us outside of Detroit, what is the Zone Group?
Well, the Zone Group is our North Carolina company, really.
Okay.
That's the company that Leslie and I operate here in North Carolina. So the Right Productions is the company that manages and operates the Aretha Franklin Amphitheater, which is downtown Detroit, so
okay.
It's all together,
that's family business.
Yeah, that's family business. Majority owned by my mother. I'm a partner, and we all work together there. The Aretha Franklin Amphitheater is a 6,000 seat amphitheater in downtown Detroit, right there on the water. From those of you all who are not from the D,
formerly Shane Park.
Formerly Shane Park.
Right.
So we've been operating that venue since 2004. So it's like 18, 19 years now. Mm-hmm. So it's been blessed to be able to provide job opportunities. We employ about 300-400 people a year within our community that look like us, primarily within the entertainment field. So we actually run the venue. So we book everybody. We do about 35 shows a year. Next week we have Burna Boy. We got Charlie Wilson, OJ coming up, Stephen Marley. Yes. On and on and on.
The weekend after that, we got Carl Thomas, Melanie Fiona. We got some hot shows coming up.
Yeah. So it's a Detroit thing, if you get a chance to come up to Detroit, hang out with the cold. I ain't going, but
right.
Come to the summer. Come to the summer.
It's not like there's nothing like the D. Detroit is like a special place.
When's the last time you went, Becky?
Father's Day weekend. I was just.
Good.
Is your father still lives in Detroit, or?
Yeah, they still there. They ain't going.
They ain't leaving, huh?
Not until they move out here. They not going anywhere. But yeah, when I was there, it was Father's Day weekend. It was also the first Juneteenth Jubilee. So it was buzzing. The city was lit. I love Detroit in the summertime. I tell everybody all the time, Detroit is lit in the summertime. That particular weekend was Jodeci, Soul for Real, and Father MC, I think.
Yes,
I was like, man, listen.
Listen,
Detroit in the summertime.
You were there. Did you come to the show?
I didn't go to the show because I found out about it maybe like a couple hours after I landed, and I had to take a nap and all of that. So I didn't make it to the show.
It's a good show.
But I've been following every time that there's a post, like who's performing. I saw Will Downing.
Last night,
So
he killed it.
Let's back up a bit because we had the verses with Mario and Bobby Valentino, and then shortly after, it was they were
the
at
next day.
the Aretha, and I was like, oh man.
Let me tell you that story. Let me tell you how I got in. I booked that show probably like a month and a half, 2 months before the date. So the numbers were just okay. Everybody getting used to it out of town. The week of, they announced the verses. So my day was already confirmed. They were already showing up on that Friday.
We didn't even know.
They put up the verses, promoted it the night before, so my ticket sales went through the roof.
Thank you, Lord.
So they left LA and came straight to Detroit and performed that night. So it was, it was amazing. I worked it right on out. So
I know that's right.
So that was good. So I got to show Mario up inside, but we also have another company we started that was born out of the pandemic. We keep going back to the pandemic in the book. And we had ATAP Logistics. We're working on some stuff for that now. We spent time working. Well, first we spent time with the family during the pandemic, yes. But we also laid new seeds because we didn't know what was coming up next. So we formed another, the Power of Us book right there. I picked it up on Amazon, all locations. But then we also had Ebony Anglers. But we also have we formed the Black Promoters Collective.
Yes.
Where it's called the BPC. And we pulled together our counterparts, the individual promoters from around the country, and tried to pool our resources. So we started sharing information about how do we survive and get through the pandemic. And then started to pivot into, okay, what's next? So we formed a new entity and decided to come together and get into the touring space to compete with Live Nation and AEG. So we had the New Edition tour with Jodeci and Charlie Wilson, Maxwell, but now we have Mary J. Blige coming
Night tour.
The night tour, yeah. So now we have the Mary J. Blige tour with LMA and
Good Morning Gorgeous
Good
tour.
Good Morning Gorgeous tour. So that kicks off September 17th. It's a 24-city tour across the country. So, God's really been blessing us. So if you get a chance, check out our website, blackpromoterscollective.com as well. Pick up some Mary J. Blige tickets if you're not in some of our other shows, but, pick those up because it really makes a difference because we make sure that we really recycle our dollars. For the New Edition tour, what we did was, because we try to buy our culture back. For the New Edition tour, we were proud that not only Ed Maxwell was both top 10 globally, by Polestar, but as far as attendance, but for the New Edition tour in particular, and started that way with Maxwell, is the Sound of Light company is black, the ground transportation companies are black, the catering companies are all black, everything, but they're qualified, and so we're all rolling out together. So when you buy tickets from us, those dollars go back into our community to take care of their families, and it goes, and that's what it's all about. So it's a lot going on.
When the New Edition tour was announced, I was super New Edition. I think everybody in my life knows that. So when the New Edition tour was announced, I was like, when they coming to New Orleans? I'm going. So then I saw it was in Shreveport, and I was like, oh, man. So I was just in my mind, I'm thinking okay, that makes sense. They're in Shreveport, then the next stop is Houston. So I'm just thinking okay. Then the announcement for Essence.
Right.
Then the announcement for the Hello Gorgeous tour. And I'm like, wait a minute. These my people. I had a sense of pride for you guys.
Thank you.
I was so excited for you guys. So I'm like, I know these people. They're putting on these super tours. And I don't think the magnitude of how powerful that is to have a Black promoters collective in the United States putting on major tours like this. I don't think people really were grasping that concept of how major of a deal that is. So I definitely want to give you guys your clap for that, because that was powerful.
Thank you. We appreciate it.
I'm very proud of him.
Absolutely.
Very proud of him.
Oh my goch, I was so proud of you guys. I was like, oh.
For them to really grasp a hold of the anointing of collaboration during the pandemic.
Yes.
You come together and collaborate. You can go further. You can go farther. Together. So I'm really, really proud of him. I'm so proud that it's Black. I'm proud that there are artists who are recognizing how important it is to keep our dollars within our communities and joining with us to do this. So just make note of the artists that are joining and signing on with BPC, and also make note of the quality and the excellence of the show. The show starts on time. The production is crisp and beautiful and bright and colorful. The sound is on point.
Yes.
You know, and so these brothers and sisters at the helm of this company are working hard to really project Black excellence, and I'm very proud of them.
Absolutely. I'm excited. The Hello Gorgeous is coming up it'll be here in Louisiana in October. But in between that, what do you guys have that's coming up that you're working on?
Well, we have we have one more show here in Detroit. I mean, no, where we at? In Raleigh, excuse me. September 10th. We got like 20 or 30 shows in Detroit. Go to the Aretha.com. And follow us there. And Ebony Anglers tours, and just getting ready for the fall. Getting ready for next season. We got our oldest son. He's heading back to Morehouse in the fall. So we got to find him a car.
We have to actually look at apartments. There's a possibility he may want to stay off campus as a senior.
I want him to come back home. So.
He's doing really well. I don't think he wants to. I think his plan is to stay in Atlanta and spread his wings. He's an actor. He's a rapper. He is a musician, and he sings. So I'm really, he just needs to stay there, and he wants to stay there. So we're gonna let that be that.
Yeah. So working out. So that's what it is. It's right now. The fall is what it is with the tours and things like that. But to be honest with you, what I'm working on right now is 23. So now is the plans for 23.
Yes.
Fourth quarter, this, that, other. So it's execution. It's not the day you go to the show. It's to plan it ahead of time. The plan for success. So
let me ask you, what? I always say nuggets, but what golden information would you share with those that are wanting to be entrepreneurs but don't know how to get started, or they're afraid? Like you mentioned earlier on, as well as in the book, is that you had a 9-to-5 in addition to working your dream. So what, I guess, push or just encouragement would you give to one that, to just get started and do it?
My words of encouragement would be, don't be afraid. One, most people are afraid of success. We'll move that out of the way, but don't be afraid to fail, whichever one, because they're really tied at the hip.
Right.
If you think you're gonna succeed without failing, you fucked up. So if you don't try, then you can't fail to succeed. So just go for it. And I go back to the story that I just said. I know how to operate broke. Right. So what you're scared of. Prepare yourself. Don't just be out there doing dumb shit. But I got a college degree. If this don't work, I can go get a job. If it doesn't work, my wife has a master's degree. She can go get a job. You know what I mean?
Right.
So have your thing, but don't get locked. Don't let a job lock you in if it's not what you want. Because being an entrepreneur is not for everybody.
Correct.
I get it confused. You know what I mean? Everybody's not out there to be 9 to 5, and there's a whole lot of professions that make great money and this, that, don't you don't have to be an entrepreneur. But if you're gonna be an entrepreneur, study your craft. Do the best you can. Know your numbers. I guess the best you can. Know your numbers. But the main thing is not the numbers. It's the fear.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So many people get locked into being comfortable at $65,000 a year. Or $125,000 a year, because it's not what you make, it's what you spend.
Right.
But so whatever that parameter is, if you really want to go further, then don't put a cap on your earning potential. Because if you make $125,000 a year and you spent $120,000, $25,000 a year, you're broke anyway. So
Right.
you know how to function like that. You know what I'm saying?
Correct.
So don't be afraid to actually make $350,000 a year.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So if you come up short and your bills is $125 a year and you made it $110, you can figure out that other 15. So
right.
You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
So don't just be afraid. People get comfortable, locked in to, I can't do it because of healthcare. I can't do it because of this, and I can't do it because of that. Then stay work there. You know what I mean? But keep going for your dream, and don't chase the money. Go for your dream and find the resources around it, and the money will come.
Absolutely.
I got to call in 7 minutes.
Absolutely.
Yep. So,
do you have a question in the chat?
okay.
Favorite concert or tour?
Do you have a favorite concert or tour?
Ooh. One of my favorite concerts was Ice Cube, Too Short, MC8, and DJ Quick one night.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? That's one of, you know.
Nasty ass. That was a great concert.
It's off the charts. You know, that's one
West
of my
Coast.
you know what I'm saying? One of my favorite Ice Cube concerts. You know, it's been quite a few. You know, we've been blessed along the way. So it's hard to pick out one for me.
One of my favorite concerts was Earth, Wind, and Fire at the Aretha Franklin Amphitheater. That was absolutely, that was magical because it was something that the whole family had worked for years. And we pulled it off, and it was in the inaugural year. It was after Aretha passed. It was that right? Listen, when I tell you,
I tried for that show for 15 years, and I finally got it.
There was an electricity in the air. You know how Shane Park, the Aretha Franklin Theater is. You got the water behind the stage. Yes. You got the boats. And when I took Earth, Wind, and Fire, and the place was packed. You had all the boats, and it was beautiful. It was beautiful.
I tried to explain Shane Park or the Aretha to someone today, and I don't know if I could really paint the picture. It was one of those you have to see it type moments. I was trying to describe it. It just wasn't happening. And I'm like, it's the Detroit River, and you can see Windsor, and
you just gotta be there. They gotta be there. They gotta come. Yeah, they gotta come. They gotta be there. And I would say this culture tour with New Edition and Jodeci, having Jodeci there, and Charlie Wilson, who is 70-something years old and performed and danced. This was, for that to be our first tour, it was coming out of the paint, coming out of COVID, heavy hitters. And New Edition, it was just so well executed. They were so professional. Everybody was ready to come back out. Bobby Brown sang his heart out. It was a fantastic tour, and it made everybody feel good. We were just kind of getting back outside. Listen, to just be a part of that, the culture tour it goes down in history for me.
Love it. Well, thank you guys so much for being my guest for season 4.
This is our first
one.
This is our first.
We've never done this before.
Really?
Yeah, this is our first
one.
You
see how much trouble we had getting on damn Instagram.
But now you got it.
So we appreciate you having us on. Thank you.
Absolutely.
Thank you for rescheduling with us.
I know. Thank you so much.
We had to get down there.
It's good to see you.
I want to go do the swamp boat thing. They got the swamp boat things down there in Baton Rouge.
Well, it's not in Baton Rouge, but I can. We gonna work it out. We
have to come back to New Orleans and do it ourselves without it being Mardi Gras or Essence or anything like that. Gotta come down. So we'll hit you up.
Absolutely. Make sure you guys go to www.powerofusbrand.com and purchase a copy of their book, The Power of Us Brand: How to Win in Marriage and Business. It is available now. Go and get your copy. And as Leslie said in our part 1, every copy is autographed, signed, and
from our website.
From our website.
From our website.
Go to the website.
Yeah, we can't do Amazon yet.
But if you want free shipping, go to Amazon. That's not signed.
Oh,
yeah,
and make sure you go to youtube.com and you subscribe and you like their channel.
Thank you so much. We appreciate it.
Thank you, guys. I appreciate you all.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye. Thank you, everyone that tuned in to season 4 to kick off of season 4, episode 1, parts 1 and 2. Thank you guys so very much. Our new theme song for this season is Rise by Herb Alpert. And as always, our motto is what's for me is for me and what ain't is for another saint.
Yeah,
so with that being said, next Thursday at 8 p.m. Central Time, my guest for episode 2 is going to be Mr. Norvell Lasser. He is a Black-owned cognac maker as well as a real estate investor, and he does quite a few other things. So he's a very interesting story to tell. And so we are going to have a little Lasser cognac as we talk. We'll see how that goes. And as always, make sure you subscribe, you like, you comment, you share all of the content on the Janelle and Home and Lifestyle Collection pages to your friends, your family, your neighbors. That is all for tonight. Thank you guys for joining me. This has been season 4, episode 1, and I will see you guys next week. Bye.